Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, TikTok fam. So, Sebastian Rogers case. You know how we kind of all realized that everything that happened in the 24 hours that Sebastian was still around before he disappeared, and then, up until the lights video, and then up until, when Katie realized he was missing, everything happened within 3-hour increments. Everything. Okay, everything. From the time they got to Texas Roadhouse to the time Sebastian's taking the trash out, and so on and so on and so forth. Okay, Katie Proudfoot says, at one point in time it was like 9 o'clock. She gets on, around 9 o'clock that Sebastian goes to bed, and then all the stuff's going on, and then midnight, 3 hours later, she goes to bed. Then it's like 12 to 3 a.m., the 3 a.m., the lights video, all that. Everything was in, 3-hour increments. We've all agreed on that on this channel. Okay, all of us realized it. A lot of other channels have realized it. And we always say, 3, they use the number 3 a lot. As if, the 3 is, according to some of the deception analysts, 3 is the number of deception, right? But I looked up something that's a little bit more fitting to Chris and Katie Proudfoot. And it definitely would point to a plan. Okay? So I plugged in a question to Google and AI, and I said, what does the Navy do every 3 hours? Check it out, folks. The Navy utilizes a rotating watch system where personnel are assigned to different duties on a regular schedule. This system is often based on a 3-hour cycle, with different ships and scenarios having variations. So of course, that this system can vary, the hours can change, but normally it's based off of a 3-hour cycle. It says, for example, during action stations, everyone is assigned to a duty station and no one gets sleep. Do y'all remember how, Katie, we've heard different time frames as to when she went to sleep. We've seen Mob Crew show us video footage of her bedroom light being on. We also question the fact of, lady, when did you have time to get dressed, fully dressed, to go search for Sebastian that morning? Did she ever really go to sleep? And it says here, in a typical standard daily routine, a 3-watch system might be used, reducing individual work hours to 8 hours. During off-duty hours, sailors may use the time for personal tasks, physical activity, or on-the-job training. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, because we all know both Chris and Katie Proudfoot were in the Navy. And I'm sorry, once you're in the Navy, or any branch of military for that matter, for several years, it's hard to shake what they're taught after they get out. Okay, their life is usually still going to utilize some of the quirky things that the military used to do or the Navy used to do. Okay. And a lot of you folks who have a military spouse or parent, or maybe you were in the military, you know this, right? You know this. You know there's some quirky things that have stuck with you that you learned while being active duty. It could be something as simple as the way you make your bed. Okay? Could be something as simple as that. Is this why everything's in 3 hours? Were they doing the buddy system here? Or the rotating watch system? Was there multiple people assigned to different duties? Because if you ask me, everything that happened in Sebastian's case, in the 24 hours that he was still there, from the 25th to the 26th, it seemed like too much of a plan. It seemed like everything was on schedule. Could it have been? I think this is a great theory, great speculation. We can't prove it. But damn if this wouldn't be helpful towards a circumstantial case right here. Let me know what you think about this. Thanks for watching.